Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK Journey video. In this video we're going to be going through the top teams you can run for Supreme Arena this week for free to play and pay to win formations. We're going to lead it off with free to play team for team number 1. Now here we have a Pandora Shamira combo. Damon is going to buff up Shamira to give her a higher attack buff, and we have a lot of support for Pandora. Ludovic healing her right from the beginning, and then also Nero is here because he will immediately cast his ultimate and that will take any potential Lily May. And we have Blood Moon spell, which is going to trigger 3 seconds into the match to further buff up the Shamira when she comes out of the box. We have the Grim Executioner, of course, Phantomal. He will be tanking for our team. Ludovic will be healing him for the beginning. So I think overall this is going to be a solid team. Grim Executioner, Phantomal, you can level it up after the Wilder one for PvP uses. Okay, moving on to team number 2. Team number 2 is going to be our Wilder nuking team, and I'm running Ravion. However, don't worry, I'm going to talk about a replacement for Ravion if you don't have him built up yet. But basically, you have Pheromore to buff up Lily May. You also have Hugin to buff up Siren. You have both Siren and Lily May in the backmost tiles to get the Divine Favor spell for further attack buff. And then you have the Ravion who's going to give the attack buff to both the rearmost allies, Lily May and Siren, to make them hit even harder. And they're also going to complete their objective pretty quickly. They're probably going to get a kill within the first few seconds. Lily May has great damage with her Rainstorm Ballet, and then Siren is going to be hitting the other enemies with his skills even before casting his ultimate, and when he casts his ultimate, that is also going to be a major damage output. You have Snow Stomper up front because he can take a Lily May interruption, and also we want some of our allies, and including Snow Stomper, to go down and die because that is going to debuff the opponent, haunt the opponent, right? So that is why Snow Stomper is right up front and center to die quickly and also cast his ultimate initially. So this is the team that we have. I think that it is very strong and a good free-to-play option. Ravion really wants to be Supreme Plus for maximum potential. He could potentially be used even at Mythic Plus, but other than that, you want to use Damien. If you want to use a different hero here, you can just have Damien right up here in front of the Lily May. And the idea here is that Damien is going to complete the Wilder faction, which is important. Damien is a hero a lot of people have built up, maybe even Paragon, and Damien can provide some healing and haste buff, which can further buff up Lily May's damage. And also the summon of Damien, the Troy Chariot, is going to count, see, including summons, and that is going to haunt the enemies when it does get defeated. So I think for all those reasons, that is a good option as a Ravion replacement. For team number 3, it is going to be Tassi Bonnie Stroll team, along with Iron Almas, because people have these heroes well built up. So the idea here is Snow Stomper will immediately cast his ultimate, taking a Lily May interruption. Then Iron is going to get off a free ultimate onto the enemy team, grouping them up. And if they have heroes over here, they're all going to be grouped up together, hopefully. And Almas is going to prolong the crowd control. We have a lot of tank because we have Almas and Thorin both. Thorin is a hero a lot of people have built up, and Thorin soul pacting Bonnie to protect her further. And Bonnie is going to be on this range heart buff tile so that she is not targetable. Like if someone wants to go for Sylvina, they will not be able to jump onto Bonnie, and that means Bonnie will freely be able to cast her debuff and spread onto the enemy team, because Sylvina is like a common strategy people use to shut down and prevent Bonnie from spreading her initial debuff. But this map will prevent that from happening. So here we have this team. Tassi is going to try to stall out in the end, and we have a really good, well-suited artifact for stalling, which is Seismic Spell. It gives some defensive stats with the range defense, and also it periodically immobilizes enemies, further crowd control, locking them down and dealing damage to them. So overall, I think these are some great free-to-play teams that you can run. And before we move on to the pay-to-win teams, if you guys are thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight Store. There is a link to that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus Dragon Crystals on your purchase. Okay guys, so here we have the pay-to-win teams, and we're going to lead it off with the Bonnie Stroll team with Dunlinger protection. And in fact, from my testing in the previous week, I definitely felt that it was stronger to be running Nero here rather than Igor. If you guys remember, previously I was running Igor. Now Nero just needs to have his Supreme Plus skill upgrade, then he's going to be dealing that AoE damage. He's going to rapidly spread the debuffs of Satrana and also Bonnie. And we have Ludovic in the beginning to immediately be healing up Bonnie and Nero, keeping them alive, and Dunlinger further buffing up the Nero in the back and allowing him to cast his ultimate and begin cycling those. We have the Grim Executioner to be tanking for our team. Satrana is in a range that she is going to provide her magic sparks onto all allies. We can all have the ability of spreading them. And you also have the pay to win artifact of this season if you have an Asperia Monthly, which is the Ray Cage spell. I believe this is the strongest kind of crowd control oriented artifact we have so far for PvP. Perfect for the strategy. It gives you attack and also periodically damages enemies, and it blinds and immobilizes them. And it will target the frontmost and the rearmost. So there's a lot of value off of this artifact. I think it's a really good, great choice. However, if you want to go for the other option, it is Seismic Spell. That is the more free-to-play option. Now, for Dunlinger, you can replace him for a hero like Igor. Igor is basically going to be the best replacement for Dunlinger. However, Dunlinger is really good because if the opponent, an opponent might look at this team and be like, I'm just going to nuke them with a Crying Eye or an ultimate based comp, but you're not going to allow that by having the Dunlinger on the team. So I think he's pretty essential for this team. So yeah, this is a very good team. I'm excited for it this week. Moving on to team number 2. Team number 2 is going to be the Lily May nuking comp with Ravion and Athalia in it. So we have Damon buffing up the Lily May in the back. We have Athalia to the left, and Ravion is going to be providing his attack buffs to both Athalia and Lily May, who are the two rearmost allies here. And then Divine Favor spell is also going to provide further attack buffing to the rearmost allies, which are Athalia and Lily May, who are our major nukers in the team. Laika is going to be off to the side along with the Snow Stomper. Again, my idea is I want the Snow Stomper to die quickly to haunt the enemies, and then maybe even have Laika die as well, because Laika is really only here for providing those temporary buffs to Lily May at the beginning of the match, and also Athalia, and also that energy boost that she gives right at the beginning. If she can cycle it and get another cast off, that's even better, and maybe she can from this position, because she isn't going to be targeted that much. It's mainly Snow Stomper and Damon who are going to be taking the brunt of the damage. So overall, this is a fun team. Okay, moving on to team number 3, we have the Theodore, Siren, Pandora, Tassi comp, which I've been running for the past couple of weeks as well, and is using a map which is really effective, because Siren takes really good advantage of this range heart buff tile, and Theodore is going to be tanking to protect him from the beginning. And Siren's going to freely be able to get off his ultimate very quickly. Snow Stomper will be casting the first ultimate, so if they Lily May, it's going to interrupt the Snow Stomper. Siren will freely cast off his ultimate and group up all the enemy team. All this is going to prolong that crowd control. All of this is going to group up the enemy. We also have the Dark Moon Descent, and as soon as Chaucy comes out of the box, she's going to come in and blow up the entire enemy team. It's so satisfying when this team wombo combos and kills everything. However, of course, there are counters to this team. The number one counter is Dunlinger, because this is a very ultimate reliant comp, but Dunlinger counters a lot of comps, and Dunlinger just generally is just very strong into Pandora teams. But I still think it is a good idea to run a Pandora defense, because she is a very strong option, and even if the person does bring in Dunlinger, there is still potential for you to win here. Like, you know, Siren is still going to be hitting hard even without his ultimate. You're going to have Tassi, who can stall around for a while waiting for the Bell of Order to wear off, and then she can cast her ultimate and still get in there. We have the Blood Moon spell just for more buffs for the hard hitting damages on our team. So anyway, guys, those are going to be the top teams I'm recommending for this week. Hopefully they work out well for you. If you have any other team ideas, feel free to share them in the comment section down below. But thanks for watching. If you guys are not already a member of my AFK Journey Discord server, please join that. There's a link to that in the description of this video. Also, if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight Store. There is a link to that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.